What is up, everyone? I'm some jerk on the internet, and it's time for more Hovind. Yeah, everyone's favorite thing that I do all the time. Wait, that sounded horribly wrong. Oh, yeah, we're off to a great start. All right, it's time to cover his Whack an Atheist Wednesday, where it looks like he just kind of went on just a ramble fest. I'm not entirely sure. I just skimmed it as I always do. Whenever I watch these, it's never pre-watched. You're always getting a live, raw reaction. I just kind of jumped through, so I'll have to pop back a hair. I did notice they've got a new little intro for his streams. And while that garbage plays, I'll let a little bit of it play. I'll provide commentary. Let's get to the beginning.
It's interesting.
Of science. They want to define science as things that we can observe and test and demonstrate.
So someone apparently set this up, or it's rough, but I mean they apparently decided to make this into a thing and do the little intro like so many other big streamers do. And I'm going to be real. I'm going to be very real. I know many other people absolutely fucking hate these intros because yeah, they allow the audience to get in once the stream is supposed to be, when the stream is going live. But afterwards, they're just an extra like minute or two that has to be cut. Like you just have to jump ahead if you were marathoning these things. Very irritating to people, and I personally fucking hate them. Additionally, the audio is never balanced right, and that's one of the worst things with the pre-built Google ones. When people will premiere a video, is their video will be mixed to a certain level. They'll usually be quiet. Rarely are they at like near peak, near 0 decibel baseline. But the Google one is just loud as fuck. So all of a sudden, the person's video is just impossibly quiet. It's just stuff that irks me, and it becomes the trend. So yeah.
The natural world. Okay. Well, then that eliminates both evolution and creation. Both are unobserved. We don't see anything change. We don't see anything created from nothing. Here's the problem. Both creation and evolution are religious. I admit mine's a religion. They don't admit theirs is a religion. And all of us are...
Look, before you even get to the Hovind, you just get his same old crap. I just wanted to pop that through. And then clips from the Janko show, as if that matters, all just junk pulled from their TikTok. And then what's funny is it pauses right there, and that's it.
Temperamental, fundamental, right-wing, radical, chicken-eating Baptist.
And then that's it. And for the last minute, it's just this frame. It's like, wow. And a countdown. You love it. Absolute garbage. Joseph, I'm going to be real. Cut this down to 10 seconds or cut it completely, dude. Seriously, this is no go. This is no freaking go.
A chicken-eating Baptist. I like that. Amen. Okay. Hello. Good evening.
Of course you like it. It's something you came up with. It's something you say. All you like is you see yourself. Hello, deranged Hovind face. Well, there's our thumbnail already.
Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama, January 29th, 2026. Yes, we're live, barely, okay?
Kent, that was last night's stream. It was not the 29th. It's the 29th today. Do you have frontal temporal dementia like the president? Sleepy Dawn? It was January 28th yesterday. In case you missed it, I had a lovely pair of streams. One was discussing the nature of the Challenger disaster for its 40th anniversary. The complete watching and commentary of the investigation report will be done sometime this weekend. And I followed that up with some BS from someone I knew personally. So that was a fun set of streams last night. But yeah, Ken, that was yesterday. This should be the 28th. You're off by a day, buddy.
All right, Whack an Atheist. Call in, take all calls you want. Any committee of atheists, would you please call in and defend your religion? Evolution is the dumbest religion ever. You really believe you came from a rock?
No, we've explained this to you, Kent.
I forgot to put that cool thing you gave me, Joseph, in there. That picture of the Whack an Atheist.
It's the thumbnail tonight.
Huh?
I have it as the thumbnail.
You have it as the thumbnail?
I have it as the thumbnail tonight.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll put it in my computer later. We're on a bunch of different shows on Rumble, on Facebook, X, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, he is right wing radical, and he thinks actually, you know what? That's the thing. He's not radical at all. He says he's radical. He's not in the slightest. He falls right in line with the rest of the idiocy that is right wing America. It's excuse me, right wing America. It's insane. I'm a goddamn radical, Kent. When you have a guy you work with who's from fucking Palestine, bestows that title upon you, that means something. I take pride in that, especially since when he first said it, I kind of was taken aback. I'm like, wait, no. And he's like, no, it's a good thing. And I was like, oh shit, okay.
Our own app, Hovind.tv. Okay. Let's see. Tonight. Oh, we got to move it over. 28th. Today's the 28th. I had 29th up there. It'll be right.
There you go, Kent. Dumbass.
These years. Okay. Okay. We are Genesis Baptist Church here, a right-wing, radical, independent, fundamental Baptist church. We believe the Bible is true and evolution is stupid. There's no scientific evidence for it at all. You believe you got some? Show me.
You're just gonna go nuh-uh. Pearls before swine, Kent. You're the swine.
Be glad to tackle it for you, okay? Come join us. We'll be your family for a few days if you want. If you stay too long, we'll put you to work. Right, girls? Anybody comes around here, we put them to work. How long you guys been here now? 2 weeks, or?
2 weeks, sir.
Huh?
Yeah, because I won't let you leave.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, all right. Plenty to do. Okay, you help us stay open for free. Join our 777 Club. Say, I want to donate $1 a day. Take us on as your missionary, $30 a month to drdino.com.
Take them on as your mission, not missionary. The missionary is the person who goes somewhere to perform the mission work.
Dinosaur Adventureland. Call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 1 if you want to talk to the secretaries. Any questions about donating? I don't know how they do it. You just talk to
I do. I look at it. I micromanage everything.
them. drdino.com. 9.8, Joseph. I got to change it. Let's see. American Atheist Association. Our latest report.
And there he goes. He's just going to go after the American Atheist Association. Good job, Kent. You're really trying hard. And the day beforehand's video was just a comment video. It was just a call-in. It was your Thursday, Friday stream. But on Tuesday, are you running out of Bible characters already, Kent?
Report finds religious extremism is on the rise across the nation. The most extreme religion in the world is atheism founded on evolution.
Neither are religions. You also said evolution when your stupid slide says evolutionism. You know, atheism is a religion like clear as a color.
You guys have the most extreme religion. You're trying to...
Honestly, all it ever is with Hovind is no you. Constant projection. This guy should be a whole goddamn gigaplex cinema. Because holy fuck, he projects all the time.
Hunt around and see if you can find it. Look in the mirror. American Atheist envisions a world in which public policy is made using the best evidence.
Now, talking about the infidel thing, something I fucking love is all those right-wing fuckwads who would wear that to try to piss off the Muslims, not realizing that that title is for people who don't have any religious identity in any facet, and thus they were using it incorrectly, aligning themselves as fucking atheists. Aaron Ra wears it. It's valid. Jim Joe Bob, who's waiting for his ICE bonus check that he's never gonna get, is not an infidel.
Have, rather than religious dogma. Well, then you better throw evolution out, because there's no evidence for that.
Also, let us be very real here on a moment that this, what purpose does this actually serve as a church service? This is what you do on Wednesday. Wednesdays and Sundays are supposed to be the big church days for some fucking reason, because religion wants to be up everybody's asses. Why is this what you do on a Wednesday, Kent? How does this actually serve God, glorify God? You just being a bitter prick, a man-child.
Not at all, okay? And where religious beliefs are no longer seen.
And you wonder why we call you a cult. Shit like this constant repetition of these mantras, all the words of Hovind. There is no way that this isn't quintessential cult behavior through the constant repetition and indoctrination of these exact phrases, these exact concepts, these exact reactions over and over and over to force the person's brain to immediately go towards the concepts under any trigger condition.
As an excuse for bigotry. Well, then get evolution out. That's a religion. Let's see. We fight for religious equality for all Americans by protecting what Thomas Jefferson called the wall of separation.
Yes, because your right to have your stupid ass religion is something people like me, and I think most of my audience, will protect, even if we think it's absolutely fucking idiotic. But the moment you try to weaponize it and harm others, that becomes a problem. And the moment you try to make it into something that the state, that the government has any connection to, you have crossed a very, very, very prominent line in the sand. But that is what the right has done. And that's what I and my friends here will fight against to the end, Kent. Religion has no business in government. But as far as my opinion goes, if religion wants so bad to be involved in government, then okay, let government go in and annihilate it. Can't say what I really want to say.
Between state and church, created by the First Amendment. And I think anybody who studies history will tell you, Thomas Jefferson intended this to be a one-way wall.
Wait, no. Hi there, I'm Ken Hovind. I'm just gonna make shit up. Any cursory study on any of this stuff in no way, shape, or form says what I'm gonna say it says, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I'm Ken Hovind. Listen to me.
The government would not get into religion.
And the religion should not get into the government. It's a barrier. Think Berlin Wall, fuckboy. Except the Berlin Wall, actually, if you were West German, you could go into East Germany and be generally unmolested. But if you were in the East, you weren't going to the West.
They wanted religion, especially Christianity, in government. Read the Founding Fathers.
No, they didn't, Kent. America was founded as the first secular nation, explicitly set up as such. Because what a lot of people who helped found this nation were fully aware of was how religious persecution dominates and destroys. And they wanted to avoid that. And one of the things about allowing people freedom, the liberty that you idiots are so supposedly obsessed with, is making sure others can't take away those liberties. But that's all you idiots want to do.
Documents. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created.
Wow, that's your... Hey, you know, I've got a citation. It's from this guy, you may have heard of him, called Kent Hovind, where he said something about it isn't evidence for a common designer. It's on my channel. I've got the actual evidence for it. If I ever do have another reasonable interaction with this clown that turns into something debate-esque, I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to cherry pick his own misquote and use it against him. But Kent, that you can't read into that kind of stuff like that when the people who wrote the goddamn text explained in detail what they meant with all of it.
Equal. They're endowed by their creator with certain rights.
Also, they didn't really have another concept back in the day, so it only made sense that they would phrase it in such a way. That's just how the understanding was in the late 1700s.
They knew rights come from the creator, not government. Under communism, rights come from government. It's evil, folks. Anyway, watch my video number 5 for a whole lot more on that topic. That's the one they put me in jail for. Seminar part 5 of my seminar is $50 for the whole thing, 18 hours.
Zoomy, I've had people be like that as well. They're fucking mental.
When you're done watching it, send it back, get your money back.
Also, by the way, buy my fucking DVD set, even though you can watch the whole thing free on YouTube. Buy it, because you totally have a DVD player, don't you? Although my computer's a goddamn dinosaur. Let me tap this button. That was the optical drive opening. And there it is shutting. Don't know when the last time I used that thing is, but I would watch DVDs on it.
If you want.
Actually, if I knew where my Sakura Wars TV set was, I would. And by TV set, I mean that's the series, Sakura Wars TV. My DVD set of it, I would watch that.
Okay, let's see. What's their vision? What are they trying to do? Okay, let's see. Aims and purposes of the American Atheist Association. The aim and purpose are to stimulate and promote freedom of thought.
Mr. Hovind, they've hit the second Jesus the Redeemer statue. Jihad for atheism, let's go.
Okay, atheist, if a student in a class public...
Also, it's Christ the Redeemer. I apologize for naming the statue and, oh, fuck. Is it Buenos Aires? Rio de Janeiro. Sorry, I forgot Rio existed. Where the hell's Buenos Aires? Is that a country? God damn it, my brain ain't working. Look, I've been stuck in the back room at work for the past 3 days working on shelving and fixture wall and heavy ass stuff. I have done nothing but move metal for like 3 fucking days. So you'll have to excuse me.
Classroom says, teacher, are we allowed to question evolution? Are we allowed to question even the age of the earth?
It would be pointless to do so because the evidence is so conclusive. You are wanting to go back to steps 1, 2, and 3 when we're at step 600.
Be okay if we question the legitimacy of the geologic column? Can a student say, teacher, I think all the layers formed in 1 year. Teacher, I don't think there's any evidence for these family trees.
And yes, Tubi, and at best, most of the founding fathers of the country were deists. That was a nice thing after the Enlightenment, is that a large deist movement came in. Because they really, again, didn't quite have alternatives for the most part, except a lot of them were also definitely what were, if not deists, were what we would call atheists today, most definitely. Consubi series, yeah, I've got a series as well.
Is a student allowed to have freedom of religion, freedom of thought? No, they're not. They will lower their grade. They will count it wrong. They will fail them out of their class. You guys
It's a claim of conspiracy.
are the hypocrites. Come on, all of you American atheists, call in. I'll take you all on for a debate. Inquiry concerning religious beliefs, creeds, dogmas, tenets.
And there's the childish tough guy shit. Come on, I'll take y'all on for a debate.
Rituals, and practice. I think we should. I have freedom of thought. I can inquire in any of that.
Hey, Kent. You know, again, I was in those email talks with Joseph and cut those off when some other BS came up because I had more pressing issues and still do. But, Kent, and please, everyone, remind Hovind of this, that he still has, I was going to try to tell him on his birthday, but his stupid ass call-in function didn't want to work, so fuck it. You know, he talks about he'll come on any show. He's welcome to come on one of my streams and talk about whatever he wants, and we can have a lovely discussion. Unless he's too chicken shit. Hovind.
I'm willing to question anything I believe. Are you? Tell me.
Yeah, right. You don't question shit, Kent.
You atheists, you believe the layers of the earth.
Oh, watch out, everyone. He's bringing out a stupid fucking chart. Although I will say this particular graphic, Professor Dave happens to use it as well. I like it because you got the scientist right there. And he's looking at the freaking pterosaur flying off, and he's like, "Holy shit!" And everyone else is over digging up bones or something. I think that's a cute little thing added in by the artist.
Are different ages. You believe the Holocene dirt is only 10,000 years old, but the Permian dirt is 300 million years old. Well, if that dirt's 300 million years old, and that dirt's only 10,000.
Blah, blah.
Where was all this dirt hanging
Saying
around for
same
2.999 billion years? Where was it? How can I
don't know, Kent. Probably where your inhaler is. In hell. I don't know.
explain it better? They don't get it.
I can explain it, but I don't get it. I don't know, Kent. How can we explain to you how fucking wrong you are and you just not get it? How can you be constantly proven wrong for 3 decades and still not fucking get it, old man? Are you special? Is that your problem, Kent? I mean, it's cool if you are, but you really should let us know. because I don't want to beat up on the special kid. I'm not I'm not a bully. But if you're not someone in need of constant attention and constant care, constant admiration and the like, maybe, maybe, maybe you would have the ability to look inward and realize, hey, wait, I'm fucking wrong.
They don't want to get it. There is no geologic column. Doesn't exist. There is no fossil record. There are fossils by the...
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Thanks for this, Tubi, and this is why I love my fucking chat. This is why I do these videos live, so y'all can chime in with these great comments. Are people at DAL allowed to question Kant, question creation, question if Jesus is a Trinity? Exactly. Exactly. No, they're not. Also, another perfect freeze frame for Ask Clown. There we go. Had to reboot before this stream.
Trillions.
Windows was just ignoring the Windows key, tab. Like, okay, they worked, but like combinations. Windows tab, no, nope. Alt tab, nope. Control Shift Escape, it worked. It was just fucking weird, man.
But none of them talk, and none of them have a date stamped on them. I'm sorry, you guys have the biggest and dumbest religion in the world. Retarded. You believe you...
Oh, there you go. He dropped the R word. Let me ask something. I grew up in the 90s, so I will drop. I came up in an era that still dropped the R word liberally. When Hovind says it, does that give me an ability to counter with it, and I shouldn't feel bad in the fact that I'm fighting fire with fire? I know the better play would be to not say it, and I work hard not to, although I will say variations of it. But I also consider the word, and I've been over this before, the fact that it means to inhibit, to retard something is to inhibit. It makes sense, instead of using it as just a straight up slur for disabled people, to say that Kent is inhibited. And that he obviously shouldn't be if he's such a normal ass functioning adult like he acts like he is, when obviously something is very wrong with him. I see a difference there. I don't know. I don't think other people can, because they probably don't understand the word as having the root of inhibited. It's like, I'm not trying to justify stuff, but it's just a thought of like, at what point do you have to stop playing nice? I need to not, jump into the shit pile with other pigs like Hovind. At a point with the mudslinging, it's just like, fucking go at it. No one comes out of this the better individual. I'm reacting to a Hovind video. Kent Hovind is Kent Hovind. But right now, I'm going to take the better course and just say, no, Kent, you're the one who shows serious inability to comprehend anything, which may be a sign of severe brain damage. Your mommy must have dropped you on your head when you were a kid, non-fucking stop. Call your daddy, pray to your daddy and see if he can tell you what happened.
You came from a rock, and yes, you do, Mr. Nelson. You do believe you came from a rock. Calls himself Ra, the sun god. I think to be a sun, you'd have to be bright. Okay.
You just bring up Ra out of nowhere. He's just being bitter about that again. What a prick.
Let's see. What's their goal? Collect...
And a point from Joe saying, I shouldn't feel bad. Thank you. That does make me feel a little better. Still going to take the upper hand this time around.
Preserve and disseminate information, data...
I'm going to be the better person when talking about this stupid piece of shit.
and literature on all religions, and promote a more thorough understanding of them. Really.
Yeah. Because understanding religions as the fragments of culture they are is a noble pursuit. Understanding that they're just mythology that is currently believed makes a lot of stuff makes sense when you realize that. And as I've explained before, I'm not going to immediately give people shit over being religious. I am going to question the logic, but it's so ubiquitous, you just expect it. I'm still surprised when someone isn't religious, especially around here. And I will try to understand what it is they believe, what variation of these particular fables they believe, so that I know more about them as a person. Because I care about other people. As much as I hate humanity on a whole, I care about individual persons. People suck. Individual persons, I like. So knowing a little bit more about them is something I have to do. And if their religion is important to them, I wish to know about that. It's taken me a while to, I've faltered in that in some ways. Feel bad about it. It's part of the problem with my last relationship. I'm just going to be freaking honest. But that's a complicated 9-year saga. Just a fragment of a 9-year saga. I don't just start up streams every day to immediately start talking shit about your magic sky daddy. Just because. I only do it in reaction to your idiocy. When the subject comes up from people like you, like Matt Powell, then I'm going to react with a vitriol that I feel the particular ideas you guys hold to is deserving of. But my fellow coworkers, I'm not going to give them shit. When they say they went to church and be like, "Oh, how was it?" They know I'm a fucking atheist. They know I'm the most left-wing person in that building. Guarantee. They don't give me shit. I don't give them shit. I hate to say the coexist thing because that's impossible, but it's not an issue. We're friends. We work together. So work friends. So you try to keep stressors down. But if I was hanging out with them having a big meal or something, I wouldn't make it an issue. But I guarantee someone comes to hang out at DAL. If I were to go, you'd be all up my ass constantly talking about the Lord, oh God, loves it, evolutionism, You wouldn't shut up about it. We couldn't have a normal ass conversation, Kent. You and I could bond over World War II discussion. That would be fascinating. But honestly, I don't think you know fuck all about it beyond looking for any little bits of info as you watch random Mark Felton documentaries and the like to try to add into your anti-evolution brigade. And then an organic conversation on the subject would inevitably just turn back into you trying to proselytize in the most pathetic way possible. God, I hate you.
Origins and their histories. I'm not against that, if you include evolution.
Sorry for those who don't like my monologues, although I don't think that's anyone in my audience still. I feel like that was a pretty good one, though.
In that pile. Advocate, labor for, and promote in all lawful ways the establishment and maintenance of a thoroughly secular system of education.
And yes, 100% Tubi, I am 100% that Kent is somewhere on the spectrum. There is no doubt in my mind about it. I have to actively work to try to not have the same sayings and the same idioms and the same stuff over and over and over. Because I'm wired for that. That's that thing that pisses me off is that I see traits that I share with Hovind in that regard. But I'm also self-aware. Sorry. Sometimes I do a little chuff at things when I read them and they strike me. Carl here says you're cared for beyond what you think. Honesty carries weight. Yeah, and I think you've commented before about the like how just honest I am at stuff, how open I am with stuff, and it's like that's just me to a fault. Not that great a person. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a shitty person in a lot of ways. I'm not doing anything super horrible, but there's also areas where I can improve or where I'm just a flawed human. But I know that. Try to work on it. Glad y'all like me. I have more friends than Hovind. Let's continue.
You don't want any religion in the education? Well, then get evolution out. How can you
It's a religion, so get it out.
not see it? Your religion's the only one taught in our schools. Get it out. Teach science in science class.
Except it's not a religion, Kent, and you defining it as something you believe is absolutely idiotic, because that would make everything a religion.
You know, the kids can learn all the anatomy. Boys and girls, this is the deltoid because it's shaped like an upside down.
Uh-oh, watch out. Kent is going to bring up the few random facts he memorized 40 fucking years ago.
Triangle, delta, you know, Greek letter delta. This deltoid, this is the biceps, the triceps, the flexors, the extenders, the radius, the ulna, the carpals, the metacarpals, phalanges. You can learn all the anatomy there is and never discuss evolution.
Yes, Kent, but when you begin to compare that anatomy to all kinds of other creatures out there, and don't give me shit over using the word kinds, I'm using the colloquial usage of it, which is not much different from what your biblical kinds actually was, this odd pattern of things shows up, and that things seem to be just the same planiform but shifted some. You chalk that up to your creator concept, when something spontaneously creating anything and everything would probably be more original than that. But upon people noticing this and looking into things, they realize that it seems like everything's kind of related. And we ended up finding specimens that showed commonality, points where it was kind of this and kind of that form. Holy shit. Could it be a transitional species? Although every single specimen of life is a transitional species. Like, you realize, Kent, that you, me, every person in my audience, all of the 8+ billion people alive today are technically transitional in their own tiny little ways. As the human populace, granted, I follow the theory that we are going to homogenize quite well and likely not change too much moving forward. We're going to reach a horseshoe crab scenario, because we don't really need to adapt anymore. Um, we still are one step among trillions in the flow of life. And if you were to go a million years in the future and compare humans then, if we're still around as a identifiable species or not an extinct bloodline, to humans now, you would notice big differences.
Got nothing to do with it. No surgeon in the world thinks about evolution when he's doing surgery. He better know his
No, but their understanding of the nature of anatomy, that information, that knowledge, a lot of it is strictly due to understanding of evolutionary theory. Whether they need to know it directly or not, it doesn't matter. You love talking about auto mechanics shit. You don't need to know the combustion properties of petroleum distillate. You don't. You really don't. You act like you might know something, but you don't. But you know just enough that you need to, and trust what's told to you, so that if you were to fine tune an engine from 50 fucking years ago, it would work. Try doing that today, Kent. It ain't happening. You don't get it. You do not get how nested. This shows that you don't know science. You don't love science. You don't care about science. You have no idea how integrated every facet of science is to something else in this web of correlated concepts.
anatomy. There's nothing to do with
You don't need to know chemistry to operate a car, but chemistry is involved.
evolution. Okay, let's see. You want a thoroughly secular system of education. All right. Encourage and develop a public acceptance of, oh, by the way,
You know, that's a thing. You talk about memorizing those facts is dull as fuck. I do like memorizing some random stuff, but it is very dull, I'll fully acknowledge. And something that you guys will notice about me, like with earlier with me forgetting Rio existed. I hate when I can't just spout some random tidbit of info because I don't have it memorized or my memory's not acting good, but I can clearly cognate the ideas extremely well, even if I can't come up with the right words, the exact terms or something. And what kills me is that rote memorization of facts from school all through to talking with assholes like Kent is seen as the more valuable skill to have. It's not that you can think about anything, that you want to think, are able to articulate a thought. It's whether or not you know the exact words. And I know I'm guilty of that in a lot of ways, where I'll attack someone for not knowing the exact word. That's it is a violation of that very principle. But at the same rate, when someone claims to truly, when they don't, be like, sorry, I can't come up with it at the moment, I wouldn't give them crap over it. But when they're so confidently wrong, it becomes a problem. And something I like is that you guys will call me out if I am confidently wrong on something. One of my favorite moments is during an AJ stream, as I started getting comfortable with the idea of communicating in the chat. They were talking about bees and talked about bees biting, and I'm like, wait, bees don't bite? And they're like, oh yeah, they do. And I looked up, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I was being a dumbass. For some reason, in that moment, my brain was like, bees don't bite, they just sting. It's like, the fuck, they don't bite. I felt like a dumbass. But hey, I was corrected. Felt like a dumbass, whoopity doo. Okay, that's a temporary bit of self awareness of like, oh, I was stupid. I ain't ever gonna forget that again. That bees most definitely bite. Where's the problem? I didn't double down. People like Hovind and all these other idiots can't do that. So I don't know. It's so fucking weird.
What if the people in your city or county or state don't want that? What if they want a
Yeah, rote learning, not about systems and processes. Thank you, Maria.
school, the public schools to teach your religion, like the Muslim countries? They want all the schools to teach Islam. Okay, is that okay? I think it's dumb, but that's what they do. Would it be okay if the state of Alabama voted, hey, we're going to be a Christian state. We're going to teach.
That would be a violation of the First Amendment of the federal Constitution. Yeah. Carl, see, this is why people like you. I don't get it. I appreciate it. You really are making me feel really good. I need that. I'm not saying everyone blow smoke up my ass or anything, or just constantly compliment me. That'll make me feel uneasy. But when I detect the genuineness coming from my audience, which you all always are, with little things like that, it just really, really takes the edge off of the bullshit that has been life the past few years. Yeah, fucking love it. Love you guys and gals. Man, everyone in between. So you're saying everyone is trans in a technical sense? You goddamn right, everyone is trans in a technical sense. Congratulations, Kent. You're trans. I'm trans. The whole goddamn human race is trans. All life is trans. Tubian, think is undiagnosed NPD and schizophrenic tendency. That too. Hovind's got a lot going on. Super chat 499 from the ever lovely Rosina. Humans will continue to evolve with additional neoteny, then we'll turn into crabs, the perfect form. Yes. Crab people, crab people. How cute we all how cute will our it oh god, I can't read. How cute will our ultimate evolutionary form be? Crabs with big head and eyes? Chibi crabs, totally. Hope everyone but Ken is all right today. That's the attitude, Otaku. How you doing, buddy? Not gonna lie, I just learned bees bite. Yeah, see, it's not exactly one of those things that's super common knowledge. No one thinks about it because you think of them as stinging, but they bite. And I was like, oh shit, I was wrong this entire time. And in retrospect, I'm like, wait, I thought I knew that before. And that happens with me a lot. And I don't know if it's just a phantom memory, my brain trying to make me feel less stupid or not. I don't know. Whatever case, I'm never going to forget that. So, yeah, it's wild. We always got stuff to learn.
Creation in our public schools. Would that be okay with you, humanist? I'm sorry, American atheist. Encourage the development.
Yes. Kent knows science the same degree he knows Norwegian. His Swedish chef acting ass over here.
And public acceptance of humane, ethical system, stressing the mutual sympathy, understanding, and interdependence of all people. You hypocrites. You think humans should be ethical?
Kent, can you fucking say hypocrite just normally once in your goddamn life? Also, you're gonna seriously complain about humanist morality with the kinds of shit you assholes believe?
And have mutual sympathy, understanding? Have you read Charles Darwin's book, The Origin of Species, right here? By means of natural selection, or the preservation of favored races in the struggle for life. It's a struggle. The strongest.
Wow, Kent. That's just the title of the book. Have you actually read it at all? I haven't, but I don't necessarily feel the need to, since evolutionary science has moved past his original concepts. Well, some of them have been vindicated. The general broad idea has been vindicated completely, but his exact opinions are kind of irrelevant in the grand scheme. Also, the titling has been explained ad nauseum, and yes, the nature of life on a whole is pretty brutal. That's part of why, with humanist principles and us being the social species we are at the intelligence level we supposedly have, humanists and the like, socialists, communists, want our resources to be better allocated to assist everyone in succeeding in life and protecting the planet itself as much as we possibly can, because we're a part of the planet. Idiots like you forget this. Killing the planet, we're killing ourselves. Not that you assholes care.
Survive. You don't believe in this ethical treatment of all humans. You think the strongest ought to survive.
Wow, that's totally not what the title means at all, Kent. It's nice to know you read into it like that, because that shows what you actually think.
Poor little baby trying to grow inside the mother. You think you ought to kill it if you don't want it, don't you? Yeah. Madeline Murray O'Hare.
To be true, that is a very good question. Wow, I didn't know she was murdered in 95. I'd never read that deep into everything. Wow, that fucking sucks.
Started this American Atheist Association, I think in Texas, someplace, I forget, Houston. She was murdered in 1995 at the age of 76 years old. Madeline Murray O'Hare. She was very influential in the court cases.
Will Hovind's life come to the same end? Find out in 2029, I guess.
Where two states, Arkansas and Louisiana, passed laws to say teachers should be required to teach.
Otaku, yes is the answer to whether it was a compliment or an insult.
Creation also. Now, this court struck those down, probably wisely. I don't think you should require the teachers to teach creation. You shouldn't require them to teach evolution either. If they want to, they...
Oh, Maria, why don't we go full James Tour with it, and instead you'd have to describe the Krebs cycle with chalk on a blackboard. Let's have them do that. Mr. Farina! Oh, God, James Tour is a fuckwit. What a pathetic man.
Can. Ex-convict was acquitted Friday of conspiring to kidnap atheist Madeline Murray O'Hare and her family, but found guilty of extorting money instead. Hey, what's wrong
I question if Kent can write.
with him extorting money from them? After all, they're all atheists. There's no such thing as right or wrong.
I mean, look at this shit. This half-ass attempt at moral grandstanding. You fucking moron. Here's where I'm going to use one of my adjacent phrases. Kent, you're a fucktard. Hey, wait. Didn't somebody make a song about that? You're a fucktard. Aren't you, Kent?
They don't have a thou shalt not steal, do they? No.
Hey, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
O'Hare, her son John Garth Murray, and granddaughter Robin Murray disappeared in 95, along with $500 million in gold coins. So,
Quote Frylock. Oh, hell, I hate sports.
Madeline Murray O'Hare, the founder of your tax-exempt organization, was hoarding.
Ooh, tax exempt. Ooh. It's almost as if filing 501c3 paperwork grants you that status if approved.
$500 million
Ooh, the government. Boo.
in gold coins. Guys, no, I'm sorry. Authorities believe.
Kent, I've got a diamond bracelet around here somewhere. My ex broke it. It was a gift to her. She gave it back during the breakup. What? What are you trying to say? I mean, I sell a thing for good money. I'm not. I'm debating. Probably be a cheap piece of crap, honestly, but maybe not. Maybe it's legit. I don't fucking know. If I could find it. I'm sure I hid it somewhere safe. I hide things from myself. Pretty good at that. Anyway, point is, what are you trying to say? Who gives a fuck? She had a bunch of gold coins. Whoopity fucking do.
They were killed and dismembered, though their bodies were never found. How can you get a guy for murder when there's no body? Anyway,
Kent Hovind not understanding the legal system. What a surprise. It's another great frame right there.
O'Hare, an outspoken atheist, reveled in calling herself the most hated woman in America and was involved in successful court battles in the 60s to remove prayer and Bible reading from nation's public schools. Suffering from diabetes and heart
My audience determined that was a very good move.
condition and stupid brain disease, I added that. She
Oh, fuck you, Kent. See, when Kent dies, I'm gonna keep doing videos on the fucker. And when Hovindites come and be like, he's dead, stop it. I'm be like, no, he talks shit about dead people all the time. I'm gonna milk this asshole until the only thing left of him on the internet and his legacy is me ripping into him.
was America's most prominent unbeliever, a combative foe for all organized religion, until she vanished at age 70.
You know, that reminds me, I really should get my entire video archive and start throwing that shit onto archive.org. Just so it's not going anywhere ever.
7. I would have debated her gladly. I'll debate any of you atheists anytime. I'm not afraid of any of you. Bring it on, okay? O'Hare wasn't reported missing for a year, not until her estranged son, William Murray, called the Austin police.
Yeah, Rosina, that's where I had heard it originally. I enjoyed that.
Authorities questioned whether all 3 victims were foul play or merely ran off with the money. Anyway, her one son, William Murray, wrote a book, My Life Without God. William Murray, born 46, an American Baptist minister.
Boy. Okay. I was going to say, boy, look at that domain name, WJ Murray. Now that is a fine domain name. That's far better than Dr. Dino. Oh, but Chris, look at your stupid domain names. Zadara.com. I wanted a name for a domain, a concept that sounded oddly and ethnically ambiguous. And that kind of flowed off the tongue. Secret bonus point, that's a reference to the Sega Genesis game Dynamite Heady. Final Zone, that's a Sonic the Hedgehog reference. What else? Outerwall.net, that's a Castlevania reference. Oh, see, all these things are references. RevertivePulse.net. Let's see, that might damn well be a reference to the revertive pulsing communications method that early Bell System telephone switching hardware used, where the equipment called back to the dialing office from the dialed office to be, what number do you want? Like, do you want 0? No. 1? No. 2? Oh, 2. Okay. Next one. 0? No. 1? No. 2? No. 3? 3. Okay. Yeah. Instead of sending it forward by saying, hey, I want 2316. Beautiful concept. Love it. Made amazing sounds. When I get back into phone stuff and I start doing some streams on that, you guys will love this stuff. Everything's got a reason. Good domain names are hard to find, and Dr. Dino is just, well, that's pretty damn juvenile.
He was raised in this atheist home, got saved. Serves as the chairman of the Religious Freedom Coalition, a nonprofit organization in Washington, D.C. Let's see. Accepting evolution means you can't believe in God.
Yes, with Wayne the Brain McLean. Your hair is good to eat. I'm a big fan of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, so yeah. Also, Kent, I don't give a fuck about the raised atheist became Christian stuff. People do stupid shit all the time. It doesn't mean anything to the validity of the idiocy you believe.
Evolutionary studies suggest that atheists, let's see, given a sign that he himself is an atheist. Okay, let's see. There's probably no God, so stop worrying and enjoy life. Yeah, he's going to really wish he'd trusted God when he dies here.
You'll find out when you're dead.
Evolutionary studies suggest that atheists, whatever they say to the contrary, really do believe in God. Over the past few weeks, the theme of discussion on the internet has been the proposal that atheists may not exist. Of course, people who think they're atheists exist, but a study discussed in Nature
I am not a Sonic the Hedgehog reference. Although, Otaku, tell me if I'm wrong that you did not just drop an Oblongs reference. But Cinderella is a storybook. You're a storybook! Oh, the Debbies. Oh, that show should have had more than 6 episodes. It's the only thing Will Ferrell's in that I really like.
magazine proposes that people really aren't functionally atheists because they're innately predisposed toward religion. In an article entitled, Scientists Discover That Atheists Might Not
Oh no, Paradise Facade and Scary Baloney, those work. They work for me.
Exist, and that's not a joke. Science magazine. Oh, let's see. Militant atheists like Richard Dawkins, okay, may be convinced God doesn't exist. God, if he's around, might be amused to find that atheists might not exist. Maybe you can read the article for yourself. The best evidence for evolution comes from multiple lines of independent lines.
All right, see, Kent, you've just gone completely from talking about American atheists to your anti-evolution spiel. You just shifted gears completely.
Of scientific inquiry. Genetic evidence considered the most powerful. DNA sequence. Guys, the DNA molecule is unbelievably complex. It's a 4-digit.
It's really not. It's just long. And it's not anything you're about to say it is. Maria points out O'Hara was a complicated and difficult person. Very true. She was not murdered for being an atheist. She and her family were murdered in an extortion plot. Fascinating. Say bless you after people sneeze. I'll hit them with the old Gesundheit. Gesundheit, something to that effect. I try to pronounce it properly, but you know. By the way, I asked ChatGPT, because I always fucking ask ChatGPT random shit, about the whole Pharaoh thing. And it said that it's actually a side effect. And again, I don't know how true this is. It is a side effect of them trying to use, like originally started as someone trying to use more proper Hebrew pronunciations to the word as it was transcribed. But now seems to be done mostly as a fuck you to Egyptologists by basically disrespecting the actual pronunciations as it would have been, because Egyptology, of course, shows that the world is not 6,000 years old, amongst so many other things. So that's apparently its synopsis on the whole Pharaoh thing that people like can't do.
Digit code. Our computers work on a 2-digit code, zeros and ones.
It's not code. It's not how any of it works. It's chemicals. That's it, Kent. It's chemistry.
DNA is CATG, 4-digit code. My books in my library here, about 4,000 books, have all the same 26 letters of the alphabet. Except maybe.
Yes, because that's how you write English. But you know what? You can totally write English in Cyrillic. You can write it in Korean. You can write it in any glyphic format you want, because as long as the phonemes and the correct meaning can be pulled, anything will work.
A couple written in Japanese or Chinese or something. I don't know how their alphabet. How do you read that stuff anyway? Okay.
Look at Kent, he's a fucking bigot. He's a fucking bigot. Kent, whereas the various Chinese dialects in the character set traditionally attributed to the broad term of languages Chinese are monolithically crazy, and I mean that in a wow, this is a lot to take in way, people can figure this stuff out. They came up with the writing systems. People learn the glyphs over time. Actually, in a way very similar to how we don't read individual letters, we read whole words. Which gets us to Korean, which is one of the only written systems that we have that is like we know the origin of from Sejong the Great creating it. And each block has if you look at a word in Korean, you see a block that's going to be a syllable set with the individual phonemes in there. Like Kim will be the G, E, character in a sort of a 1, 2, and then the bottom 1, 3. That's how it's always done. The left to right, boom, 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 boom. If it's the four things. And together those end up forming, the words, what have you. A lot of names tend to be just one character total, so hence why they're short. Jungwa Seo Taji is this particular one, Kim Jong Il, what have you. Then you hit Japanese. Ignoring the kanji, which are Chinese characters, generally borrowed and altered in some degrees, because that's the way cultures do, which is actually why Korean went with its own alphabet, because it traditionally used Hancha, which were Chinese characters borrowed to represent Korean vocabulary. Japanese wound up with not one, not two, but three writing systems. You've got the kanji, the fancy, borrowed from China character. You got simplified hiragana, more commoner script, and then primarily used for loan words, you have the katakana. Same sounds, used in a different case. It's fun. You can kind of think of it like being able to understand capital and lowercase letters, but they're not transposable. You don't put katakana and hiragana together in a word. That looks insane. Katakana, really simple characters. Hiragana, more rounded characters. Kanji, really, really crazy. You see sort of a blocky characters, you got Korean on your hands. Everything's complicated, you got Chinese. That's literally how I describe the CJK continuum. Yes, I just went on an autistic tangent about the three predominant Northern East Asian languages, the ones I happen to be fond of. Not as much Chinese because it's overwhelming to me, but Japanese and Korean. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I agree, there's a shared genetic code across all living things. You know why? They have the same designer. Yeah, that's why. Okay, broken gene for vitamin C production. We covered that before on video number 4. Fossils, most of Archaeopteryx, we covered that on lies in the textbooks. Get seminar.
Otaku, I did as well. Surprisingly.
Part 4.
I caught it way back in the day and was so happy when it wound up on Adult Swim.
That's supposed to be evidence for evolution.
Also caught Dilbert.
Consistent
back in the day.
Consistent order of fossils in rock layers. Who taught you that? They're a jumbled up mess out there. They determine the age of the layer, what it's supposed to be called, based on the fossils they
Oh, it did? Why do I feel like it was only 6? I guess I'm going to have to double check. Maybe I'm just blending the episodes together.
find in it. If I handed you a piece of limestone and said, how old is it? You couldn't tell me, could you? Unless you ask me, where did you find it? What fossils were found with it? That's how you tell, isn't it? How can you not see how stupid that is? Okay. Comparative anatomy. We have similar bone
I don't know, Kent. How can you not see the problem with everything going on right now?
structures in the limbs of humans, bats, and whales. Yeah? Common designer. It works good. See, the whale has to twist his flipper around like you got to twist your wrist around. They suggest shared ancestry. No, they don't. They suggest a
Yes, they do.
brilliant designer.
Your designer's a fucking moron. Everything about the design you supposedly celebrate fucking sucks, Kent. But it would make sense to be the hodgepodge garbage that all life on the planet is. Beautiful garbage, but when you really look at it, kind of a Frankensteinian garbage pile nonetheless of leftover everything. If it was the end result of evolutionary processes.
Anyway,
I should say,
you know what they got for evolution?
the current result of evolutionary processes, the current step we're at in this particular moment in time.
They got nothing. Nothing. There's no evidence for it at all. Nothing. Imagination. Just
Look, Hovind showing his evidence for God. Nothing.
think, wow, we evolved. Let's see. Let me get to... Let's see, start. What happened before the Big Bang? This is
You goddamn right you can write English in some form of Elvish. Before the Big Bang makes no sense as a concept, cunt.
to me, shows how absolutely stupid they all are. All of them.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so sick of this mouse. I swear to fuck I'm buying a new mouse this upcoming week. It's happening. That's my birthday present to myself. New fucking mouse, finally. Yeah, Korean is super easy to learn to read and super fun to read.
It's interesting, this idea of the Big Bang creating
Also, fun thing when you start trying to learn other languages that use a non-Latin character set, it is so much easier to read the words when they're not written in Latin characters. Because, like with Korean, if I see like a double L, I can't wrap my brain immediately around the sound that it's supposed to make. But when I see the particular same set in Hanga, I know exactly what I'm supposed to say. And it fucking sucks trying to read Romanized Korean. Japanese, not as bad because it follows a very, very hard consonant vowel kind of sound. Kurisu Yamato. But it still can become a bit challenging when you hit double consonants for some particular stops that do exist in the languages.
The universe. That's what Einstein's theory says. That's textbook cosmology, if you like. But the current textbook picture is there was a phase in the universe's life before the Big Bang, if you define the Big Bang as the hot, dense phase from which the universe appeared to sort of burst forth 13.8 billion years ago.
Why do they skip the obvious questions? Where did this energy and matter and space come from?
Not invalid question, dumbass. Once again, where did your God come from? But you'll whine and bloviate on that being a flawed question. It's the same for the early state of the universe as we understand it. It's really an irrelevant concept. It doesn't work. Get over it.
Where did time come from? 13.8 billion years ago. Well, what was 13.81 billion years ago? And 200 billion years ago? They don't know. That's why.
Otaku, let me ask, how would you consider your reading speed? Because I'm wondering, because all I do is see the words. I mean, obviously I see the individual letters, but that's part of why my typing is so chaotic. Because I'm just blasting the stuff out, and it's good enough that I don't notice that the typos are in there, capitalization errors and what have you. Yeah, because I can read at like something like 200, near 300 words a minute, if pushed, like those weird ass little, quick videos people will do where stuff's firing up, and it's like the limit of what my brain can process, but I'm hitting high rates.
Say you guys have a religion, and you're welcome to it, but don't call it science. You're pretending it's part of science.
And yes, Esperanto. I would love to learn Esperanto. It's a really cool language. But note that it uses the Latin character set with with the various influences added, or various character accent marks and stuff. Diacritics. I want to say diuretic, but that makes you pee. At the markings used primarily for your Portuguese, your French, your Spanish, etc. But I like Esperanto a lot. Shatner starred in a horror movie filmed entirely in Esperanto. That'd be a cool watch. Biogenic limestone is fossils. Very good point.
Simply stupid.
And that phase is called inflation. So what we think happened is that before that, the universe was accelerating exponentially fast. It means it was
And instead, Mithril, we got Dogbert.
doubling and doubling and doubling in size. And the numbers are ridiculous. We think that
The whole theory's ridiculous, not just the numbers. This little tiny dot doubled in size.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, is the languages that just adopted Latin characters rather than really having their own script or continuing with their own script. Some of that is a lot of it's just really, really interesting stuff with, especially with East Asia on a whole. Southeast Asia, Northeast Asia, doesn't matter. The way languages developed there and the way writing systems, pretty awesome.
And then doubled and doubled and doubled and doubled. Yeah. They make up this stuff and call it science, Joseph. I don't know how they don't.
They make up this stuff and call it fact. I can't believe it, Otaku. They just look at what this Hovind guy says. Yeah, you're Joseph now. Sorry, I didn't mean to demean you like that, Otaku.
Don't see it. Willingly ignorant. 2 Peter 3, got it right. Okay.
if you started with a universe that was smaller than a single atom,
So the whole universe, smaller than a single atom. You know how small that is? That's tiny. You can't squeeze a glass of water into a dot smaller than an atom.
Yeah, actually, it's like Carissa. I really shouldn't pronounce the U. It should just be Chris, because it is Chris. I kind of let it in there as kind of a slight, a friendlier tone, maybe. But yeah, like des, it's desu, but it's, des.
They want to put the whole Pacific Ocean in there, plus the Atlantic, plus the Arctic, plus the Indian Ocean, plus all the lakes and seas, plus all the dirt, plus the whole world, plus all the planets, all the moons, all the stars. That's a crowded dot, folks.
Wow, I want to just nitpick on these little details when it's already understood by everyone discussing it that we're talking about the value of matter slash energy that would constitute everything. But again, there's no limit to how dense you can pack energy.
Talking crowded. By the way, that dot weighed as much as all of them put together.
How much does energy weigh, Kent? Again, that's the thing. And potential energy. What is the weight of me holding this knife up? The potential energy. It's not going to be the weight of the knife. There's actually proper formulas that I don't know offhand because I suck at math to know exactly how much energy is actually available if I was to drop this knife from the height I've got it at. In fact, if I were to open this knife and hold it over my leg, someone could, in theory, calculate from this 3-foot height, if I dropped it, would it pierce the skin or not? Since I sharpened this knife, I know it will, so I'm going to set it down, still closed, and not endanger myself, because I'm smart. SMRT. I mean, SMART. My point, Kent, I'm way drawing stuff out because I'm having fun streaming right now, is that you don't understand anything of what you're talking about. And my amateur ass comprehends this far better than you ever will. But of course, while you were doing your call-in show yesterday, well, a few hours after I did it, I did a stream where I went into detail on the nature of the Challenger disaster. We're two very different people, Kent. And I think my profane ass is infinitely more science-minded than you could ever be.
And it contained all the energy. How much energy have all the stars burned up since they were created? All that energy in that one dot. That was a hot dot. Like really hot. Yeah. Where'd it come from? Okay.
Then it would be bigger by a long way than the whole observable universe, 350 billion galaxies in it, in less than a million.
Otaku, that's super interesting. There's literally no way with the way I or so many others of us are wired to go exactly how that feels and vice versa. That stuff kind of sucks where you can't truly get someone else's, the way someone else thinks. But we can try to understand it. That's wild. Pretty damn cool.
Millions of a second.
Well, it sounds good when they say million a lot of times, doesn't it? Gives it a scientific ring to it.
The book says 44,620 times that God said they bring forth after their kind. Yeah, it really makes you feel good, doesn't it, Kent?
Insane. You guys are certifiably insane.
Diacritic, thank you.
You shouldn't drive on the highway, okay? You're stupid.
So very rapid.
Kent, do you even have a driver's license, or are you pulling the soft sit, not for hire crap?
Exponentially fast expansion. And when that stopped, all the energy that was driving that expansion got dumped into space.
All the energy driving that expansion got dumped into space. Where did the energy come from? This is why you guys don't have a scientific theory. You have a religious belief. Call in. Send your questions in. They're all scared, aren't they, Joseph? You know why?
Oh, they're all scared. Kent, I'm doing far more important things while you're doing this. In fact, I think about the time you were doing the stream yesterday, I ain't even gonna lie, I was looking at boobs on the internet. Let me tell you, if I had the choice between pretty girls on the internet and your stupid bullshit, oh, you better believe what I'm picking. Oh, he just wants to lust after women. Yeah, you goddamn right. Get the fuck over it, old man. Also, I would like to note that all of my girlfriends have been far hotter than any of your pathetic wives. Oh, I was on the other thing. I always try to skip his stupid ass chicken toy. God damn, that is pathetic. I mean, there you go. There's my fucking thumbnail. This right here. How can you look at this and tell me this is anyone who should be respected?
I'm just a simple high school science teacher with a non-accredited degree that you don't appreciate, showing how dumb your religion is.
Does Hovind have anything intelligent to say ever?
If it bothers you, come debate me. Bring it on. Call Joseph. 855 Big Dino extension 4.
It heated it up. It produced the particles of matter out of which.
So the energy that you don't know where it came from got dumped into the universe and created matter. I'd like to see how energy can create matter. I know matter can create energy. Is this really a equation goes both ways? I'd like to see how that's done.
Oh, there we go. Rosina mentioned the whole Kent not understanding equals MC squared. Yeah, Kent, it goes both ways. Number one, that's what the equation says. Number two, that is what we actually find. Full stop. Get over it. If you cared about science, you would understand this is not questionable.
We're made and all the.
In fact, Kent, you literally could not exist without the equation going both ways. Even basic molecular, well, I'll say basic, fundamental molecular processes going on in our body actually do require elements of those quantum phenomena. Like explicitly. Not just as a matter of all chemistry ends up requiring elements of those quantum phenomena, but the particular mass energy correlation.
Things that we see out there in the sky, and that's what we see as the Big Bang. So that sounds fanciful, but that's.
You know why it sounds fanciful? Because it is. It's SpongeBob
It's not fanciful, you illiterate hack. It's fanciful.
imagination, nothing else. That's standard cosmology. Yep. I would use that for fertilizer.
And yeah, exactly, Tyler. The singularity is really just a mathematical artifact before the physics breaks down, until we understand quantum gravity. Yeah, it's like with a black hole. The event horizon is the size of the black hole, but the stellar remnant that formed it, is it now a singularity, or does it still have a definite mass, a definite volume? I should say, it always has a definite mass, but a definite volume. I don't know. The math says it should be infinitely nothing, but the physics says it could and should still have some kind of non-infinitely zero, if that makes sense, volume. Technically, that can be calculated if we were to work with math that went above the value of C in the equations, like we went like 120% of C. But I don't even begin to get what we'd actually have to do to make that make sense just from a fundamental standpoint. It just is so backwards. But that's the beauty of it. And actually leads to some interesting math concepts for my sci-fi projects going forward.
Standard cosmology at the moment. The big question then is, well, what started the inflation?
I mean, if we all make a road trip to DAL, I'll do it. I'll tell this man everything in front of his face. I'll tell him the same shit I say in these streams to his fucking face.
No, that's not the big question. There's 30 questions you better answer before you get to that one.
There's 30 questions you better answer to that one. There's 30 questions you better answer, Kent, before you get to your "in the beginning, God."
Where did the matter come from? Where did the space come from? Where did this energy come from? Where did time come from? How did it get organized? How can a Big Bang, which is going to spread things out like hand grenade fragments, how can those fragments later get together out there? Every second you wait, they're getting further apart. The whole theory is stupid, real stupid. But I like making fun of you, and thank you for being such an easy target.
What stopped the inflation? How long did the inflation go?
Well, see, Kent's being serious for a very brief moment. Ken's whole thing with E equals MC squared is that he understands that matter can be turned into energy, and he'll reference nuclear weapons, but he does not accept that energy can be turned into matter. But yeah, that is just as valid, Kent.
See, they get the students worried about these questions, which is really question number 80, 81, and 82. They want to skip the first 79 questions because that's a religion. You have to take that on faith. How did things evolve? Now, teacher, where did it come from to evolve?
And no, he never, ever, ever provides any logic for the assertions of insanity and religion.
Well, we can't ask that question. We know we're here. And how did it evolve? It's not science, guys.
On for? And the answer to that is we're not sure. We don't know.
After that, you don't know. You don't know before that either.
Yeah, the constant hand grenade thing really pisses me off. As I've told everyone before, you can think of the entire universe at scale, any scale, be it right after cosmic inflation, right after the recombination epoch, my favorite epoch in history, by the way, 370,000 years after cosmic inflation began. That is when the universe became opaque, or transparent for the first time. It was previously opaque, and that is where the cosmic microwave background effectively originates. Everything could finally release free, and what you see when you look back at the cosmic microwave background is the universe at that early state. And from that point onward, with all the matter and stuff in it, it's always been very spongy at the grandest scale. Not like a grenade at all.
Neither one.
In the beginning, there was an infinitely dense, tiny ball of matter.
Look at that. And where did that come from?
Look at that. Look, I'm just gonna ask these questions. I'm just gonna do this and be like, haha, you can't have any other ideas. But my God, he didn't have to come from nowhere.
Say, in the beginning, God, and you say, where did God come from? I believe that by faith. I admit.
Which is irrelevant. Answer the goddamn question, Kent.
Mine's a religion. Why don't you admit this statement right here is a religious statement? There was an infinitely...
Because it's not.
Dense, whatever that is. Think about the word infinitely. Infinitely dense.
This just in, Hovind can't understand singularities.
Tiny ball of matter. Yeah? Where did it come from? You don't know. So you have a religion.
Hey, I got an answer. You guys ready? Hey, Kent. Outer space. I know, not really. But that would actually be the most accurate description for, quote, where it came from. Which would be it coming from itself.
That's all you have, which is fine. Keep it. But keep it out of our schools. You American atheists really want schools free of religion? Okay, then get evolution out. If not, you're a hypocrite.
Which started to expand and would eventually give rise to the atoms, molecules, stars, and galaxies we see today. But what was there before the Big Bang? What was the state of the universe before, well, everything? The universe underwent a breathtaking cosmic expansion.
Now, let us note that Kent went from talking about American atheists to just randomly completely shifting gears to some particular pop sci video describing Big Bang cosmology.
The universe underwent a breathtaking cosmic expansion, doubling at least 80 times in a fraction of a second. Guys, who taught you that anyway? Why didn't you smack them?
Doubling in size at least 80 times in the fraction of a second. This rapid inflation, fueled by a mysterious form of energy.
See, you don't know where the energy came from, where the space came from, where the matter came from, but you know it wasn't God, don't you? And you know what happened?
Please explain where in the Bible that dark energy and dark matter are explained in detail. Please. I'm waiting. Also, give me a unified theory of everything from the Bible.
Happened 13.8 billion years ago. And in 12 years now, okay? This mysterious form of energy permeated empty space. Where did the space come from? Let's see.
The permeated empty space itself left the universe desolate and cold. And only after that did the hot, dense conditions of the Big Bang emerge.
All the energy got dissipated, it was cold.
Y'all be surprised I've never taken any logic or philosophy classes either, but, forgive me for having a bit of an ego, but I think I've picked up on some of the concepts. Because unlike Kent, I'm able to learn. Just like you, my lovely audience, you all learn. All the time. And I love that about you. And I'm not saying from me. I don't provide anything new. But you all clearly pick up so much stuff from your daily travels. And share them with me. And I love it. No, all I can imagine is me being the guy in Diablo. Stay a while and listen.
But then it became hot again. Okay, let's see.
Some of those theories suggest that the inflation doesn't stop all at once. It stops in patches. And every time it stops, you get a universe. And so some of
So every time the energy stops, you get a universe.
And there he goes, reading way too deep into, curious speculation that's there to excite the minds of people watching it. You notice that he reads way too deep into absolute bullshit, like Matt Powell obsessing over the dinosaurs farted themselves to death article. But when it's the actual stuff that matters, he just hand waves.
They cut down a tree to print that someplace.
And no, I'm pretty sure it was a teleprompter used, Kent, you fucking moron.
Shame on you.
these theories, they're called eternal inflation theories, suggest that there might not be just our universe, the bit that we can see, but there might be many universes, perhaps an infinite number of them, and they may be being produced all the time. So what to make of that? But that's where current modern cosmology is.
Well, your current modern cosmology is stupid. It's not science. You're welcome to believe it, but it's a religious belief. All right, a few more minutes here, Joseph, and we'll start taking questions, okay? My throat hurts. I don't know what's been wrong for 2 weeks here, but...
Oh, don't worry, Kent. My throat hurts too, but I've been doing hard-ass fucking work. Never underestimate how filthy random totes of metal and random shelves in the back room of a retail store can get.
I'm going to have to amputate. Some of the atheists are going to line up to want to do that, aren't they? See,
No, Kent, I'd rather not touch you.
killing me won't help, guys. My videos are all over the world. They're going to keep going.
No one wants to fucking kill you, Kent.
You're too late.
If cosmic inflation correctly describes what happened before the Big Bang, it may push the ultimate answer to the question of where we came from beyond the reach of science.
Well, you finally admitted it. It's beyond the reach of science. Therefore, why should we all be paid to teach? Why should we all pay to teach this in our public schools and public museums, public universities? You guys know you can't make it without tax funding, don't you? Yeah.
But that just pushes the question further, because we don't know anything about what came before inflation.
You don't know that there was an inflation either.
And it's doubtful that we'll ever know.
There are theories now that suggest, as I mentioned, that there may be more than one universe and potentially an infinite number. It's a mind-boggling idea, isn't it?
I think your mind is boggled before you started thinking about that one. You're already boggled, okay?
And I should say one extra thing. If that's true, then some of those theories say that what we call the constants of nature, so things like the strength of gravity, the speed of light, the masses of the particles, can vary from universe to universe.
Well, if the speed of light can vary, why do you use that as your evidence that the universe is billions of years old? They'll say, well, that star is 13.7 billion light years away. Yeah? Well, see, that proves it's 13.7 billion.
Hey, cunt. They're talking about the hypotheticals of whole other fucking universes. They're in complete speculation here on the multitude of possibilities that can come from the currently trendy multiverse concept. It's truly irrelevant to me because we are most definitely locked to this one. And even if we somehow discover concepts of time or funk work out like time travel, crazy teleportation to where just everything is different, that's not to say that it's still not a different facet of the otherwise the same universe. It's not worth even getting into beyond speculative sci-fi. I truly don't care at that point.
No. 17 times in the Bible, God said he stretched out the heavens. That star could be 13.7 billion light years away and been created yesterday and stretched out to its current place.
Yeah, and it would have been redshifted to oblivion.
Anyway, okay.
Which that is one of my favorite phrases, redshifted to oblivion.
And then you ask the question, well, why is our universe so perfect for life? Why
is the universe?
It's not. It's perfect for black holes. We live on the surface, on a section of the surface of one tiny little average ass planet around a perfectly average ass star in an average ass galaxy in an average ass corner of the cosmos. Actually, we're not even in an average point. Y'all want to know something that blows your mind? Our little local group, Milky Way, Triangulum, Andromeda, Magellanic Clouds, we're the oddballs hanging out in the middle of a void. Yeah, we're in a thinly populated section of space-time. I talk about the sponge nature of the universe. We're hanging out kind of on the edge of one of the big gaps. We are in a very weird spot, quite honestly. It's kind of cool and kind of terrifying to think we're in the emptier area. I love that. And what's funny is we're being pulled towards something known as the Great Attractor, but which I would think is going to be a large collection of one of those stellar filaments that we can't see that must be like perpendicular to us, like looking down a straw. You can't see it, you just see a little hole. It's blocked by the goddamn central dust of the galaxy itself. We can't see it from the zone of avoidance. Also, an amazingly named area. I love that. So we have no idea what the fuck we're being pulled to, but it's big. It's massive, quite literally. Um, and I think that's kind of awesome in its own right too. Of like, man, whatever the hell is going on with the cosmic ballet, we are in a very, very interesting predicament. The thing is, it happens on such a long scale. We're never going to know what the hell happens. Odds are the Earth will barely still be around when the Andromeda merger happens. And that's gonna fucking ruin everything. Probably get flung out of the damn solar system, but that's cool. That's how things happen. Our solar system. Well, maybe the solar system, maybe the whole damn galaxy. Galaxy mergers are not pretty. Um, well, they are, but not to be in. Shit gets flung everywhere. Point is, universe is fucking fascinating, and this ass clown could never appreciate it. Y'all hear me go on these little tangents, and you hear the fascination in my voice, the love in my voice, the confidence too, which is a rare treat for y'all to hear from me. And yes, I'm having a bit of an ego right now because it's like I do know this shit. This is my wheelhouse. This is the stuff I care about. This is stuff I know, the stuff I love, the stuff I focus on. So fuck you, Kent.
So perfect for life. Anybody have an idea? Joseph, what's your idea? It was made for life. Duh. It'd be funny if it weren't so serious the effect this has. This evolution theory is dangerous. This is what motivated Adolf Hitler to say, well, let's speed up the process.
There we go. Godwin's Law. Eat a dick, Kent.
Eliminate the inferiors. This is what motivates communist countries today. Anyway.
Except it doesn't.
That's enough, Joseph. I can't talk much more. Go ahead, get some questions in here.
I can't talk much more. Let's continue to talk for another 12 minutes. All right, I'm fucking done. I'm not going through his Q&A where everyone slobs on his knob. Yep, Fermi paradox is very valid. Yours is absolutely not perfect for us. Majority of Earth can't sustain life. Yep. But Kent chalks that up to flood. See how pointless an empty galaxy aside from us would be? No, he just thinks it all declares the majesty. It's like, wow, what a waste. We are water that filled a very small hole. Exactly. Exactly. Good point. We're on the younger arms of our Milky Way. Yeah, we're on the Orion arm, for those who don't know. Just live in Lone Pine, California, and I get a show from the Milky Way every night. You know, I've never seen the galaxy. Between my terrible vision and living in Memphis, I have never seen the Milky Way. That makes me very sad. I have spied Andromeda. Use binoculars. Hovind believes the Earth was made in 6 or 7 days. After day 3, God made the sun. So who is stupid exactly? Our sun will be dead by the time it merges. Hey, I don't think it's going to be that far. That is 4 to 5 billion. Okay, yeah. Merging with a galaxy 6 to 8 billion years. So yeah, the sun will be at the very end of its life cycle. Yeah. The Earth only has about max 600 million years left until the food web collapses due to the expansion of the sun. That too, it going through its red dwarf phase will be, or red giant phase will be pretty destructive. So the Milky Way, has that sun ever seen it? I really want to see it at some point. And communism evolution is the most moronic nonsense I've heard in ages. Well, this is Hovind we're talking about. Car wouldn't start today. Should likely have to spend more money. Don't have. So I hope everyone else's day was better. Well, that sucks, Otaku. When it rains, it pours, my friend. I wish I could help. Hopefully, this time next year, I'll be able to. Boy, sounds like a titty bar. Well, the Galaxy got the name. Supposedly, it's a transliteration of the idea that it was drops of milk from some goddess's breast or something. I don't know how true the story is, but yeah, more like a candy bar. Well, fun fact, Otaku. No, Hitler, as well as many other eugenicists, tried applying the Mendel's laws of heredity and a misunderstanding of evolution to create what they believed was the perfect race. Yep. And let us not forget that racists and fucking monsters existed well before evolutionary theory was ever come up with. So it is in no way, shape, or form the cause of all the woes of mid 20th century Earth. But all right, I'm fucking tired. Can't stand this prick. Love y'all. Hovind sucks. Um, hit the links in the description. All that jazz. Like the video if you hadn't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Although I think everyone here is a sub, so no big deal. Or they could be a dom. I don't know. You do you, but subscribe to me. Is all I'm saying. That being said, hope everyone has a great night, day, whatever it is in your corner of the world. Much love. I'll catch everyone next time.